Illustrated Classics, Black Beauty. Chapter 1, My First Home. My earliest memories are happy ones. I lived on my mother's milk and played with 6 other colts in a meadow with a pool filled with water lilies and a stream. As soon as I was old enough to eat grass, my mother went to work, and I passed my days galloping and playing with my companion. Sometimes our play was rough. The colts that live here are the colts of cart horses, my mother said one day. They have not learned their manners. I hope you will grow up gentle and good, do your work well, with a good will, and never bite or kick. Our master was a kind man. He fed us well and kept us warm and safe. He stopped the local boys from throwing sticks at us. I knew nothing but kindness toward horses until I was 2 years old. Then I saw something I will never forget. It was a cold spring morning, and we were all in the field when the sound of dogs barking was carried to us on the wind. "They found a hare," my mother said. "We will see the hunt." Sure enough, we soon saw the dogs. They burst from the woods, leaped over a stream, and were rapidly followed by men on horses. The hare was cornered and killed by the hounds. We were so busy watching the scene that we did not notice the fuss by the stream. 2 horses and riders had fallen jumping over the stream. One of the riders lay unmoving, and his horse was groaning in the grass. Men rushed around, fetching a doctor and taking news to a young lad's father, Squire Gordon. Then my master carried the limp rider away. Another man checked the horse and found that his leg was broken. They shot the poor horse in the head. A few days later, we heard the church bell toll and watched the mourners going to the boy's funeral. He had broken his neck in the fall and died. Despite the tragedy, life for us went on as usual. By the time I was 4, I was a fine, handsome young horse with a smooth black coat. I had a pretty white star on my forehead and 1 white foot. When I was 4 years old, it was time for me to leave my home. Before he sold me, my master needed to break me in to get me ready for work. I had to get used to wearing a saddle and a bit. The saddle was not too bad, but the bit was terrible. You can't imagine how it feels to have a hard bar of metal forced into your mouth. Next, I had horseshoes fitted so that I could walk over the hard roads. They didn't hurt, but made my legs feel heavy. There was a crupper, too, which was a harness that held my tail high. It was uncomfortable, but there was nothing to be done about it. That was the life of a horse.